I got a question, right? Why y'all don't have Mexican flags saying free all the Hispanics like y'all was doing for Palestine? Everybody was running around with scarves on and with Palestinian flags saying free Palestine, protesting all throughout the earth. But why nobody do that for the Hispanic people? I don't know. Just something I was thinking about.
All right, Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Barakakwadash. All right, double honors to our elders and apostles of GMS, great millstone that rule well and taught us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Shai's elect, preaching his word and his doctrine in full truth, honesty, and sincerity. Right on the Brother Hakam from the great millstone man Cam, coming back once again with another video. And the title's lesson is going to be Jake asks, why don't they protest for Northern Kingdom like they did for Ishmael? All right, and this is in regards to Trump's administration of his mass deportation. Okay, where he's kicking out all the illegal immigrants, and the majority of these individuals consist of Northern Kingdom, all right, the so-called Latinos and Native American men and women. All right, and primarily Issachar is there too. Really all of Northern Kingdom, but Jake's asking why don't they protest for Northern Kingdom like they did for Ishmael when they was getting their asses bombed in Palestine by Amalek. All right, and the answer is that these nations, these other heathens, they don't care about the Israelites. Right, these other nations, these heathens, all right, they do not care about us. They do not care about the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American men and women. All right, that's why the Lord made a distinction between Israel and these other nations. Okay, they are in a confederate against us. They spiritually and physically do not like us, man. All right, because the Lord chose us. Okay, and this is how you know that the scriptures are real. All right, this is how you know that we have enemies, man. All right, because he had silly old foolish Jake putting on bandanas and going out to the streets and saying free Palestine. But when our whole breaks loose for Northern Kingdom, who's there to stand up for the nation of Northern Kingdom? All right, or just Israel in general. Okay, only the Lord is going. That's why only the Lord is going to deliver us, man. The Lord, we gotta wait on the Lord. Okay, we're not gonna be putting our hopes up on in regards to these heathens trying to save us, man. All right, because they're in a confederate against us. That's why they're going to captivity. All right, and Jay need to get this through his mind. All right, these nations they know who we are. All right, they know that we are the nation. We're the Israelites, man. We are the biblical Israelites. They know that. Okay, let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Let's start from the top. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Right? Because these other nations, man, they hate us. All right, beginning with Edomites. Okay, Moab, Ammon, so-called Japanese, the so-called Chinese. All right, the so-called East Indians. All right, the so-called Arab man. All right, they are all in federate and confederacy against us. Who's us? The nation of Israel, man. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of the Israel may be no more in remembrance. All right, and that's the mentality of these wicked heathens, man. All right, because they want us to forget who we are. All right, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right, now we got the comforter, man. The spirit is being quickened. All right, because the Lord is pouring his spirit upon the nation of Israel with the elect primarily only, all right, to be able to receive this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We got the names now. All right, we know what the prophecies are. All right, the kings are waking up, man. The gods of this earth are waking up. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. See that? All right, you got meetings such as the WE mess. All right, I don't want to say those words, but you got to use wisdom. All right, you got that. You got what's going on in Davos as well. Okay, the Bilderbergs, so on and so forth, man. They sit there and they have secret meetings and they further try to implement ways to oppress us. All right, verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites. You see, these are the so called Palestinians. You know, the Ishmaelites are not our man. These nations, they're not with us. They hate us, man. Of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah. You see? So this is King David recognizing that we have enemies, man. Okay, that's why these other nations are not gonna go up and fight for the Northern Kingdom, man, because they hate us, man. They are enemies. Okay, and Jake, a lot of these Jakes, man, they know that they're Israelites, man. So you know, so that's further condemnation unto them, all right, because they need to repent and they should know and they understand that these are nations they don't give a damn about us, man. Okay, Lamentations 2 verse 15. All that all that passed by clapped their hands at thee, they hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Verse 16 right here. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found. We have seen it. All right. And that's the mentality of these heathens, man. All right. They want to see us in a lower state. They want to see us at the bottom of the bottom. Right. They want to see us poor. They want to see us afflicted. They want to see us oppressed. Okay. They want to see us go through hell and tribulation, man. All right. And look at them talking all that smack, but really they're just scoffing at the Lord. All right. They're trying to talk ish to the Lord. That's why Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai cracks those clouds, man, he's gonna render major judgment, okay, on these other nations, man. And they go into captivity as well. Okay. Let's get one more here, Revelation chapter 11, verse 9. All right, because these heathens, they know who we are, bro. They know who we are. All right, they know that we are the chosen nation of Israel. All right, our God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Okay, the power that delivered us from Egypt, they know that's our power. Okay, that's why they're not going to stand up and fight for us, man, because they're our enemies, plain and simple. Revelation chapter 11, verse 9. And they of the people and creatures of tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Right, this is talking about from 1619, from when the first Southern Kingdom, Jake, came into captivity here in America. All right, joining along with Northern Kingdom, spiritually making this place modern day spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, on down to the year 1969 when this truth first came out. All right, those are 350 years, prophetic years, all right, that came to pass, in which we completely lost our inheritance. All right, we didn't know who we are. We lost the name of the Lord. Okay, we knew that we were Israelites at one point before coming into slavery here in America, but then through oppression and through slavery, all right, all that got taken away from us, man. There was a great falling away. All right, and when it says here, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, all right, it's because they know who we are. But let's continue reading. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Okay, so these nations, man, Salaki, let me actually start over here at verse 8. And their bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Right? Because for 350 years we were spiritually dead. All right, we didn't know who we were. And these are the nations, they wanted to keep us in that estate. They didn't want to tell us who we were. All right, they just kept lying to us and calling us so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Spics, Mexicans, niggas. That's all they called us. And these are the nations, they know exactly who we are. All right. But in order to us to keep us in a lower state, they're not going to tell us our true identity. But we're not going to rely on these heathens to tell us who we are, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Ruach HaKodesh, did that for us. Okay. But one more. Continue reading on verse 10 here. And well, I was at, hey, let me just reread this again. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send them gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You see how the Lord makes a distinction, how we have enemies, man. Okay, who are our enemies? Again, these are the nations, Psalm 83. All right. So, going back to what this Jake was saying, man, it's not about what Jake voted for, because, you could read comments, whatever, but it all comes down to, man, the scriptures, all right? All right. We need to understand, man. Jake needs to understand, especially, Jake that's coming into this truth, all right, that we have enemies, man. Okay. And the Lord is not all inclusive. He only loves the nation of Israel. That's his chosen. Okay. Beginning only with the elect that's going to get redeemed in these last days. And then the rest of the nation of Israel will come being born again in the kingdom, or Yahweh's kingdom. Okay. So these are the nations, man. They go into captivity. They're not going to fight for us. They're not going to stand up for us. All right. Don't wait on these heathens to bust a move for us. They're not going to go out to the streets and protest. They don't care about us, man. All right. That's why we must obey the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, because only Yahweh Shai is going to be that redeemer, not no damn Ishmaelite or so-called white men, these Edomites. All right. Because they're our enemies. Okay. But that's all I wanted to get, man. Lord wanted this lesson was edifying through the spirit. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bahashim Kakadash. On to the next one. Shalom.